What's going on, everybody? Y'all already know the vibes, man. And look, I'm sorry I haven't been posting as consistently or streaming for that matter. I really want to get back in rhythm, back in routine. But enough of that. In today's video, I want to talk about a hot topic. Finally, we are getting some team changes in the CDL. I've been waiting on it. The first roster move that I do want to talk about is Dylan Codd being benched on London Royal Ravens. Zaptius taking his spot. Zaptius is a player who has been in the league before. I believe he got his first shot in Black Ops 4. Dylan Cobb was one of the best Black Ops 4 players in the game. He was one of the best players when it came to individual skill, you know, and talent and putting up the stats. But I don't think he's been living up to his potential after that, right? You look at MW, you look at Cold War so far, obviously, but he just hasn't been playing up to those Black Ops 4 expectations, right? And I think this is a good move. They had Paul X move to the starting lineup, and now they're picking up his friend Zap. I'm pretty sure Paul X and Zaptius go back, but I think this is a good wake-up call for Dylan Cobb because he is an insanely talented player, but I just don't think he's putting it all together, right? There's more to the game than just gun skill. You need to be thinking bigger picture. You can't just be running around. You need to think of how whatever play you're going to make at whatever pace you're going to make it at, how it impacts the next situation, right? How it impacts the next hill, how it impacts the spawns, and really just having a active thought process with that. But I don't know if Zaptius was the right move, especially when you look at some of the other players that were up for grabs. But I do know that there is a lot that goes into it when it comes with signing players. If the player is a part of another org, you know, you have to get that org to be willing to give them to you. I don't know, relationships. I just don't know if Zap is gonna improve this team exponentially. I'm excited though, because at the end of the day, London's making moves and they have improved since the start of the season. You know, the effort's there. They're trying. And we just got to see how it works, but you got to give them love for the effort. The next move this is the most recent move so far. Los Angeles Guerrillas guys decided to bench Vivid. They brought up Chino from the academy team, my homie Money Chin. And this is one that has me scratching my head. I you know, nothing against Chin. Absolutely nothing against Chin. But it just doesn't make any sense to me. I thought Vivid was the best / most impactful player on LAG. I thought that, you know, the top two players on that team, at least at this point in time, were Vivid and Silly. I really do. And there's been a lot of people talking about how, you know, Vivid maybe had the same Dylan Codd issue, too fast, not thinking, impacting the team in a negative way. But I don't know if you could say that. I don't know if it's the same. I have heard that Vivid was the one who wanted to make a change and it kind of got shut down, and then he tried to do it again and it kind of got shot down again, and then it ended up in him being benched. When I was watching, it didn't seem like he was really messing the team dynamic up, right? Like, yeah, I didn't see him really fucking up spawns, making just really boneheaded plays, you know, and leaving his team out to dry. I didn't see all that. So I just don't know if I like this move because Chino is an AR player. Okay. So that means that not only is Vivid being benched, but Silly is moving to that sub role. And then you're going to have Assault and Chino run, you know, the main and the second AR, and it's going to be Silly and App. And I don't know. I think Silly has been very solid this year. I do. He's been very consistent player. I like him better when he doesn't have to have the pressure of being that sub, especially him and App. You know, obviously they've teamed in the past. They've won World War II champs. So maybe they're trying to bring a little bit of that sauce, that mojo back. But to me, once again, I think if they were going to make a change, I would have maybe looked at Assault, looked at Apathy. Chin is a very solid player. He has been, you know, he's decorated, he's got chips, but I just don't know if that is the right move. Now, that was probably the easiest move. And like I said, if there was any internal beef, picking up Chin would have been the easiest move, right? Well, any player from LAG Academy, but because you don't have to go to another org and try and get a player. Their ceiling already was low, in my opinion. but now it's even getting lower. But they made a change. At least they're not getting smoked and they're just sticking to, you know, well, they basically, I only made a one player change. I always said, you know, since early on, to be multiple players that gets swapped out, but it is what it is. You know, it's easier said than done. So we'll see. Another big bomb in the CDL is Hydra being called up to the starting lineup for DiamondCon. Now, it wasn't just going to be DiamondCon. Well, let me rephrase that. Hydra was brought up to the starting lineup, but they were kind of testing Hydra in place of Mac, Hydra in place of DiamondCon. I think they realized they came to the decision Hydra for DiamondCon was going to be the better fit. This one's tough, man. This one's tough because Diamond is a very good young player. You know, New York had great success in stage 1. Stage 2, in the regular season, they looked solid. They obviously bombed out of the major, but when you have a generational talent like Hydra on the bench, and this is what I've said this multiple times, guys, in a bunch of different videos, you can't just keep holding them there, right? If you don't give Hydra a shot now, it's only going to make the players who are in, you know, in question play worse, because they're like, damn, I played horrible in that map. Damn, I played horrible in that series. Damn, I played average as fuck during this tournament, during this stage, and they're just going to be in their own head. I would assume you're going to have Hydra running that sub with a seam, which I think will be great for a seam, as well as DiamondCon played, as solid as the subliners have looked throughout the entire year so far. I think Hydra is that player that can come in, if he lives up to his expectations, that can really transform this team. This is the team that I am most excited for going into stage 3, just because I want to see what Hydra's about. You know, is he the real deal? And then there's 2 more team changes that have happened. Fire on Paris also got benched. I think he was actually released from the team, and they scooped up the boy Dom Buckets, aka Temp. Temp was released from LA Thieves. They let him go to Paris, and I think this is a great move for Paris. I do. You know, I think Donnie has a chip on his shoulder. He didn't play the greatest. The vibes weren't there. I think Donnie started to, you know, really doubt his ability. And Paris has been a team that has been right there. I really think Paris has been right there. You know, they've played very well. I think Classic, Aqua, and Scraps have all been great so far this year. Well, maybe great is a stretch, but they've all been very good. Okay. And they've played a lot of close matches in both stages, but especially as of late. But Fire he hasn't been able to produce, and it's tough because you hate to see a rookie come in and you know, maybe not do as well as he would like. Get a lot of hate, but it's a business at the end of the day. This is a business. All the teams are here trying to win, and if you're not producing, it doesn't matter. You know, Fire had 2 stages to really show what he was about, and he just didn't get it done. It was clear cut that he couldn't keep up with the rest of the team. And bringing Temp in, I think this is going to be a breath of fresh air for him. Like I said, he's got a chip on his shoulder. He's going to bring a lot more slaying than Fire did. I think this is a team that Temp needs to be on. The vibes are going to be high on this team. He'll be able to really play his game and kind of build his confidence. So I think this is a great move for both Temp and Paris. I think they're going to get exponentially better. The only thing I'm not sure on is I don't know what role Donnie's going to be. Obviously, you're going to have Aqua as an AR, but I don't know if Scraps is going to go to that AR as well, and it's going to be Temp and Classic running the subs, because I know at the end of Fire's run with Paris, he was an AR and they had Scraps running the sub, and Scraps was doing okay with it. But well, I don't know. If I had a guess, it was going to be Temp and Classic running those subs, which that's how I would do it. But we're just going to have to wait and see. Love that team though. Love that move for them. And I think this is huge for Don. This is going to be a very important team for Don. And the last move that was made was Slacked being benched. Well, this wasn't the last. I'm not going in chronological order, but y'all know what I'm talking about, man. But Slacked was benched by Florida Mutineers, and they brought Havoc back. And this is a move where I'm not sure where I stand. Obviously, Slacked hasn't been playing the greatest. You know, Florida, they have not played up to their potential. I think people were a lot higher on them when this team was formed, but they haven't been producing. I was confused when they first benched Havoc. Supposedly it was because he wanted to be a streamer. And I guess he didn't really, you know, at that time, he wasn't really feeling competing. You know, maybe he just wanted to do something else. I don't know how much he's been grinding. I don't, since they benched him. But when you bench a player like Havoc for a player like Slack, it changes the whole makeup and the whole dynamic of the team. Now, bringing in Havoc, I think their pacing is going to get a lot better. I think, you know, they're going to be able to get more kills on the map. I think it's actually going to help a player like Neptune out, because Neptune hasn't looked that great either. He hasn't looked horrible by any means, but he hasn't looked that great. I was very high on him, and he's just really kind of letting the kid down. But I don't know who's going to step into that IGL role. Is it going to be Skies? Is it going to be Big Wake? Is it going to be like a leader by committee, you know, type of vibe? I don't know. But I like this move. I do, because at the end of the day, it wasn't working. And yeah, for the most part, guys, I like most of these team changes that the teams did. At the end of the day, you gotta show love because they're making an effort. Some of them are a little questionable, but realistically, we all just have to wait and see how they perform. Also, I know Slasher was also benched by LA Thieves and picked up Draza, but that was in stage 2. That was in stage 2, so I don't really want to talk much about that. But I will just say one thing: LA Thieves did look very good in the major. Now they have more practice. I'm excited to see LA Thieves, because y'all know that I'm an LA Thieves stan. So hopefully they turn some heads in this stage and really elevate their game. But until next time, I'm gonna see y'all when I see y'all, man. Stay safe, stay healthy. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know in the comment section below what videos you want me to make, and I'm gonna make them for you. Deuces.